Hello and welcome to another episode of the Leadership Reimagine podcast presented by Connaissance Specialist. So I am the host Kritika, and today conversation is one that beautiful bring together the world of education, leadership, and social impact. It is director of the Shakuntla Watts Charitable Foundation, an NGO dedicated to the empowerment and holistic development of women, relentlessly working to create a society where women feel safe, confident, and equal. Dr. Watts brings with her over 2 decades of academic and professional experience. She has served as an assistant and associate professor at leading institutes such as Manav Rachna Educational Institution and Ekanal Institute of Technology, and later as an associate professor at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Study. Alongside her academic journey, she has been a marketing analyst at RX Infotech Private Limited, and now since 2024 leads the Shakuntla Watts Charitable Foundation with vision and determination. Her academic background is equally inspiring with an MBE, MPhil, and PhD in economics from Kurukshetra University as a doctorate in management from Mewar University. Over the years, she has seamlessly blended academic excellence with leadership in philanthropy, proving that true impact lies at the intersection of knowledge and service. Dr. Words, we are truly privileged to have you in the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Rishi. Thank you, Kritika, for inviting me. Thank you.
So, Dr. Watts, we want to know regarding your journey and inspiration. Like from your journey has been so diverse from academia to corporate and now to the social sector. So, could you share with us what inspired you to take this path, especially the shift towards philanthropy and women's empowerment?
Um, my journey has indeed been diverse, but at every step, I was guided by one simple belief: knowledge and leadership. And when both come together, they could create an impact that is beyond ourselves. Academia gave me the foundation of learning, and the corporate world just taught me the strategy and the execution because my basics were clear from the academia. So it was only in the social sector that I found myself true calling. So the shift, especially to the women's empowerment, came from a very personal space, seeing the immense potential women carry, and yet how often it remains untapped due to the lack of opportunities. So I am just trying to bridge that gap. For me, empowerment is not a charity. It's about creating access, dignity, and confidence so that women can write their own success stories. So that is the reason there was a shift.
That's really great. I truly appreciate this, Dr. Words. So, I want to know about the foundation also, the Shakuntla Watts Charitable Foundation, which is still young, but it has already made an incredible mark in its mission for women's development. Could you walk us through some of them that you feel are shaping lives most meaningfully?
Let me tell you a brief history of this name, Shakuntla Watts. Shakuntla Watts is the name of my mother-in-law, so it's a blessing which keeps showering on us.
প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰৰ মহিলা যোজনী কিবা আছে নহয় তাৰে তাই মানে গোলাঘাটৰ নে বোকাঘাটৰ হেৰি
Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Actually, this name, the Shakuntla Watts Charitable Foundation, this name has a brief history in it. The Shakuntla Watts, the name itself is a blessing for us because it's the name of my mother-in-law. So when she left us in 2021, and at that time the idea just emerged us ki how can we keep this name alive. So this idea came in, but it was only implemented in October last year only. So the key programs and the impact areas, if I'm going to talk about, there are 7 key projects we are building up. The first project is Project Kabil. Project Kabil is the skill development and economic independence we are talking about. This is a vocational program that empowers underprivileged women aged between 18 to 45 years by training them in the market relevant skills across beauty and wellness, IT, and dress designing. And it also facilitates placement opportunities, paving the way for the sustainable livelihoods. The second project, if I'm going to talk about, this is all about the project Kameri. Kameri is about empowering the women entrepreneurs. So focused on women facing literacy and economic challenges, Kameri came into picture. So what does it do? It equips them with the essential entrepreneurship skills, training, and even financial support to launch successful ventures and become self-reliant. The third one we have is Project Sparsh. Sparsh is about building the awareness against the child sexual abuse. So, engaging children between 8 to 12 years, Sparsh uses the interactive tools to educate young minds about good and the bad touch, empowering them with the knowledge and language they needed to stay safe. The fourth one we have is the Masika. Masika is about promoting the menstruation dignity. So the name itself tells this initiative supplies the menstruation cups and the pee funnels to the rural women, promoting safe and sustainable menstruation hygiene practices, addressing health, comfort, and dignity. Then we have a fifth project, that is PAT, P-A-T. It's plant a tree. So it environmental awareness about tree planting. So it stands for planting and educating. SWCF raises the awareness about the importance of trees and involves the communities in the planting drives to foster a greener and more sustainable future. Then we have Project Sangani. Project Sangani is all about the community awareness and empowerment. It basically operates in Delhi NCR, and it uses a door-to-door approach, street theaters, counseling, rallies, and it just educates the women in the legal rights, health, decision making, and as well as the leadership. Project 7, last one we have is Yuvika. Yuvika, we are talking about the adolescent girls and the gender sensitization. So SWCF runs awareness programs in government schools to educate the girls on gender equality and sexual abuse. So these sessions helps us to cultivate confidence, knowledge, and sense of empowerment. So why this initiatives? Because we have the holistic approach in this. SWCF doesn't teach skills, it supports the dignified living, like Masika. Then we have the environmental responsibility, like PAT. And then we have the personal safety as well, jaise Sparsh and Yuvika. Then we have the local and inclusive reach. Local and inclusive reach by working directly with the communities, which include the rural villages. The foundation ensures the broader and the deeper impact. Then we have the empowerment across the generation, from young children, we are talking about, to Sparsh, to adolescents, Yuvika, and to the grown women, we are talking about the Kabil, Kameri, and Sangini. So SWCF programs nurtures confidence and independence at every life stage. And of course, the last one is the building sustainability programs. If you're talking about the programs like Masika and PAT, does not only address the immediate needs, but they also promote the long-term health and environment consciousness. So SWCF has taken impressive strides in its short journey, tackling the community issues with a thoughtful, multi-layered interventions that go beyond charity to transformation. Whether it's a uplifting by skills, protecting through awareness, or nurturing through environmental and psychological support. The foundation programs, the projects are purpose built and they are community aligned.
I should truly say, Dr. Watts, that you are actually, I mean, these programs are actually shaping lives of most meaningful people, and it is actually developing the women from inside and outside both. I mean, making so. Every NGO has their defines its purpose. So, could you share a story where you felt the foundation's work truly transformed someone's life or community and gave you a sense of fulfillment?
I have number of incidences at that time. I recently in on August 13, just some days back, few days back, we had a certification ceremony. Then we named it as Aram, Chapter 1, Aram 2025, Chapter 1. And in this program, the almost we gave the certificate to around 58 to 60 girls, ladies. And each one has its own success story because we don't give the certificate like this. We 3 months of the basic, 3 months of the advanced, and then we give a gap of 1 or 2 months. We want them to go out and work and explore the world. And if they face any issues, if they face any problem, they can come to us and they can share the issues, and we just try to solve them. So the ladies which came from the domestic help, they were working as a domestic help cook right from 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock in the morning. They sat, they were just touching our feet. Me and my husband were both overwhelmed by them, and we was just thanking the supreme power that definitely uh, they have chosen us to do this work. So every girl has a success stories, and if you're talking about now, I have 60 success stories that make me overwhelmed.
I should truly say, I mean, it's really inspiring for each and every woman out here. I mean, I think a lot of people have joined us who want to ask few questions to you. So I would request each and everyone, if you have any questions related to women empowerment, education, or any NGO services or anything, then you can definitely ask. Ma'am, I would like to know, having spent more than 20 years in academia, you bring a unique perspective to social work. In your view, how can educational institutions and universities play a stronger role in driving social change and supporting cause like
Uh, when we talk about the education institutions and the universities, they have a immense power to shape the mindsets and drive lasting social changes. So they play a very strong role in supporting the causes like women empowerment. For example, curriculum and awareness, if we're going to talk about, they can integrate the gender studies, social justice. Then they can just put it into the mainstream courses, not just as electives but a essential learning. So this builds an earliness awareness early. For example, if you're talking about in grade 12, they have the legal studies as a elective. So instead of giving it, not giving as an elective, they can give it in a compulsory subjects, mainstream subjects courses. So definitely it will make an impact. They will have a more knowledge about that. Then we have the skill building and opportunities. This refer to the specialized programs that equip the women with the practical employable skills, and they can create the incubation centers to support the women-led startups. And I have heard about the many private universities which have already done this. So then we have the policy and the safety. They can ensure anti-harassment mechanisms, strict anti-harassment mechanisms, safe campuses, and policies that actively encourage women's participation in the leadership roles. Then we have the representation and the leadership, representation and the leadership, and we can say that they can promote the women faculty administrations into the visible leadership positions to serve as a role models. And then they can have the partnership with the communities. They can collaborate with the NGOs. They can collaborate with the government and the industries to run outreach programs, especially for the women from the underprivileged backgrounds. Then the mentorship and networking, establish strong mentorship programs connecting young women with the successful leaders across the sectors wherever they are interested in. Then they can encourage the male allies, actively involve men in conversations around gender equality, to foster the collective responsibility rather than isolating empowerment as a women-only issue. So universities or institutions should not just educate, but also play a important role in the model equality, turning their campuses into a living example of the inclusive society which we want outside.
Thank you so much for providing this information, everyone here who have joined me. Even in fact, it's for me also. I mean, your story and your journey is truly inspiring for each and every woman here. So I would request to each and everyone that we will definitely continue this session in part two. I mean, I would request everyone to take a break of at least 2 minutes. Then we will come back to this session and we will continue the another questions. I mean, I am very curious to know each and every detail from Dr. Swati that how her journey was and how she started her NGO and in each and everything. So definitely, I would request everyone to please join back in 2 to 5 minutes.
Okay, noted.